So you've got your MVP, but how do you get your first 10 users? Let's dig into that today. Welcome back to Listen to Leo. If you've watched my last few videos on building in public, you know that I'm building out a chatbot that has the goal of acting as a build in public coach. I'm a big believer in the idea of building in public as a way to attract users, build trust, and ultimately just get people bought into your story and what you're about. That becomes a very powerful mechanism when it compounds over years and years. So I'm to the point where I have a working chatbot. It does a pretty good job of providing coaching. Still not perfect, but that's fine. Right now, what we want to do is we want to get into the validation stage. So how do I do that? What do I need to do to finish up to get it so-called production ready? And how do I get it into the hands of actual people? So this is something I've been wondering about because I've done different approaches on previous projects. Sometimes I'll try to get people signed up for free and just using the product and kind of see how they use it and go from there. I can't quite do that on this one though, because based on how much people use the product, I'm racking up charges. It costs money to make these OpenAI calls because I am using a multi-stage agent that makes multiple calls per request. That can rack up pretty quickly if I'm just letting people use it for free. So beyond that, I have to kind of figure out what the right level of use is. I thought about something like a 7-day free trial, but again, people can rack up quite a bit of usage in 7 days. So I thought that that's probably not the way to go. So instead, what I'm doing is I'm taking the approach of giving them a certain number of questions they can ask for free. So I have the set of initial questions that I want to ask, and I'm not including that in the free trial for a couple different reasons. First of all, I really want to get that information and I want to make that as easy as possible because that's going to help me understand what kind of people are really looking to use this type of chatbot to help coach them up. And so that's going to be valuable insights. And second of all, it doesn't actually cost me anything. So I'm not going to put that on them as part of, any sort of usage cost. So instead, I'm going to focus on like 10 questions directed to the AI that will be able to, process and answer those questions to the best of its ability. And then at that point, I'm going to open up an upgrade modal. And I'm not going to charge full price or really anything near it. I'm going to price it very, very low. Because right here, I'm not trying to make a ton of money. I'm trying to just basically offset a bit of my costs. Like I'm perfectly willing to eat some of it to validate in the early stages. But I do want to make sure that people are willing to pay for a product like this. And so the initial pricing that I'm setting is going to be $5 per month or $25 for a year. Super cheap with a heavy emphasis on annual plans. I'm doing this for a couple different reasons. First of all, I want people bought in for a longer haul. So I'm adding incentives for people to sign up for the annual plan. And plus, I do understand that it's not there yet. Like, it's not going to be great. It's the initial version. That's fine. But when you're building out an MVP and you're getting people to use it, the trick is to get it into the hands of users as soon as possible so you understand what they need. I could spend a year tweaking and polishing everything without ever letting it see the light of day. But that's not going to help me because I'm going to release it and people are going to be like, what is this? Like, this isn't what I wanted. Because when we're building products, we always have this idea of what the user needs and what that's going to look like. And if we're one of the potential users, that might not be too far off. But a good product understands the users from a number of different points of view, not just the person who spent a bunch of time building it. And that is really what the MVP needs to do. It needs to show you the gap between the actual users who want to use your product's knowledge and your expert knowledge. because that's going to really determine what all you need to do to make your product sticky, effective, and useful for your user. So that's the goal right now. I want to just get it into the hands of people. My goal is 10 people. So I'm going to be posting a lot about it on Twitter this weekend. There's a link in the description to the app if you want to go sign up and try it out. I would love to have you try it out and give me your feedback. I'm really trying to get it to embody the values that I firmly believe in and the ones that I convince my students of and my clients when I'm coaching, when I'm teaching, things like that, because it's all about getting ideas out into the world so that they're not stuck just in your brain. Ideas inside your brain aren't really that valuable. They can be, but it's also very easy to get stuck into outdated ways of thinking, outdated processes, and you can form up this rich inner world that has no relation to actual reality. And so, with my build in public philosophy, it's all about getting things out into the world, bouncing them off of other people, because that way it really firms up everything that you're thinking, everything that you're doing, and it ensures that there's just a constant exchange of thoughts and ideas between people who actually care about what's happening. And that is how progress is ultimately made. So we're going to see how this does. I have no guarantee that I'll get 10 users. I have no guarantee that I'll get one. I'm planning on giving it to my clients and having them use it just to see if that's helpful at all. Is it as helpful as me? I hope not. If I can be replaced by a chatbot that I spent a couple weeks building, well, either I'm really good at building or I'm not a very effective coach. So hopefully it's not quite as good as me. But the purpose is not to be that good. It's supposed to just attract eyeballs, find early adopters, and help me bridge the gap between what I know and what I want my users to know. And that's ultimately the goal here. So we'll see how it goes. Again, I have no guarantees. Maybe people love it. Maybe they'll hate it. Maybe they'll just ignore it. Wouldn't be the first time I've built something that people have ignored. That's fine. I love the process of building, and I'm going to keep building, but, you know, as I build stuff, I do want to see if it's useful. So let's get it out into the world. Let's see what happens, and let's find our first 10 users. Shall we? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.